episode of Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. Tonight we've got a special product here for you. This is a brand new spring/summer seasonal from Moosehead Breweries. This is the all-new Moose Light Radler. Now, they skipped over last year, but it's been every year since I think 2009 or something that Moosehead had come out with a new summer seasonal per se, like starting with, I think it was 2009 they brought out Moose Light Lime, and 2010 Moose Light Blackberry, and 2011 they came out with Moose Light Ginger, basically another variation adding flavor to their Moose Light product. The last experiment didn't work quite as well as the previous two. Like Blackberry was okay. Lime, as for a light beer, Lime is still it's still around. And it's still one of my favorites, but Blackberry didn't last very long, and just like the company. And the Ginger was a massive flop. It took me a year to get rid of all the bottles that I bought out of that 12-pack. That was just, ugh. I think the Fuzz has still got a bottle of Moose Light Ginger in his fridge. Anyway, they skipped over 2012 and 2013 as far as new products go, but this is the first time they've actually created a new variation, and this is actually a style that I got a soft spot for refreshing summer-style beers. The Radler, I remember doing the Waterloo Radler, and last year they came out with a Rickard Shandy, which was similar. Anyway, basically what it is just it's a light beer or lager-style beer with fruit juice added. And if I recall the story correctly on my Waterloo Radler review, it was a story about, was that a guy that was in Germany in olden times? He didn't have enough beer to supply everybody after a large bike race or something, or like a large biking event that he hosted. He wanted to save money by not giving everybody as much beer, or he wanted to water the beer down, or he didn't have enough beer. What he ended up doing was he added lemonade to the beer, and it turned out that it was a smash hit. And it continues the style. The style continues today as the Radlermass. Anyway, Waterloo's got the Radler. That's a company up in Ontario, part of the Brick Brewing Company. It's usually those beers are hit or miss, but as far as like their lineup, that's my favorite was their Waterloo Radler. So there's also another Radler that is supposed to be making its way over here. I've had it a few times. I had it at the Fredericton Beer Fest, and then 2013, and I had it this year at the St. John Beer Fest. I've also had it on tap at Peppers here in St. John. And that was Stiegel Radler, which is basically a grapefruit Radler. Instead of lemonade, they put grapefruit juice in it. So to continue on that trend, Moosehead is trying to capitalize on this, and they've introduced this new Moose Light Radler, where they've added, it actually has on the side here what fruit juices they've added, and it's grapefruit, lemon, and grape. And I'm pretty sure the grape is there as a filler, like just to add sweetness. But I really like this kind of style of beer, so I had a chance to have a couple last night when I was on Hoobly's live chat, and I already kind of have an opinion of it, but may as well share it with you guys. Anyway, so I forgot to mention, if you look right in the bottle already, you notice it's not your normal Moose Light, whereas it's not piss clear. It's actually cloudy, and that color carries on into the beer itself. Now, looking at that, it's still very light colored. It's it almost looks like Hoegaarden. It's in my nice little Cameron's glass I got from the Albino Rhino. Anyway, it looks really nice. Like, the carbonation's coming up through it slow. You can definitely tell that they must have used something like real juice or something, which is, kudos to them. It's got a nice, very cloudy appearance, and it actually looks quite unique, really. Let's give it a sniff. Whoa. And that's probably what my favorite part of this beer is right there, is that smell. I'm a big hophead. I haven't always been, but as far as hops go, I really love the grapefruit kind of citrus hops. And this isn't hops I'm smelling, but this is actual real grapefruit. And I got a big soft spot for grapefruit. And I get big grapefruit off the top of this one. I'm also getting that white grape as well, that green grape. And there's a touches of like, I mean, there's lemon, maybe hints of orange. It's almost like it's grapefruit, get a nice hint of grape, and it's got that dish cleaner, that kind of smell from the lemon. And you know what? It doesn't smell bad. It's a very sweet smell as well, and that actually smells quite good. And I really like the smell of that. So let's put her down the hatch. Cheers. Hmm. It it starts off. You get that rush of sweetness, that rush of fruit juice. You get the grapefruit, the lemon, the grape, the whatever else is in there, and it sort of lifts itself up and dissipates into a soda water kind of taste with a big bready, corny corn soda kind of flavor coming up in the back. It's like the fruit juices are there for a moment, a lingering sweetness in the back, and then it all sort of disappears into this big puff of Moose Light flavor. And you know what? That's not bad. It's the fruit juice flavors are thicker. Like if you were to compare this to the other nearest product, which is Moose Light Lime. Moose Light Lime is kind of like a gentle lime flavor throughout the beer. It's actually a real like a natural kind of lime, whereas this is much bigger. It's got a much increased amount of real fruit juice kind of taste on top of the standard Moose Light, which is kind of like a it's got that big bready corn taste on top of like within suspended within this really light, very light beer, with almost no hops to speak of. But this actually kind of works in that department, and I gotta say, I think I got a new favorite. That is to say, I mean, my new favorite over like Moose Light Lime, and Moose Light Lime has been a favorite go-to beer as far as refreshing. If it's a hot summer night and I just want to drink a whole bunch of something, then that was a great go-to. This, on the other hand, is super tasty, and I really appreciate that a big fruit juice taste, and I bet I'm getting a lot of vitamin C out of this thing because it's there. They didn't cop out on the fruit juice taste at all. I mean, maybe they did sort of by using grape to accentuate things to add sweetness, but I'm not going to fault it too much because I like to chase the white grape as well. So I really appreciate the fact that it's light, refreshing. Other than that big bready corn note that comes up in the back, it's a really almost perfect summer beer. But it's not perfect, of course. I really wish at some point I could review the Stiegel Radler because that one is still, far and beyond better than this. This is probably at least as good as like the Waterloo Radler, if not maybe a little better. It's just that big corn soda aftertaste that I get after drinking this is kind of making me think otherwise. But I like it. What would I give this for a rating? I can't give it too high. But as far as fruit beers go, that's definitely not a bad beer. I'd say 3.5, 3.5 out of 5 for Moose Light Radler. That's pretty good performance, and I most certainly will be buying that one again. And I do recommend it if anybody gets a chance to try it. Go ahead, give it a shot. If you like light beers, or if you like summer style beers or fruit beers, you're probably going to enjoy this as long as you like grapefruit, grape, and lime or lemon. Yeah, that. If you like Moose Light Lime, you're gonna love this. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review of Moose Light Radler. Talk to you folks later. Cheers.